Hey, how's it going, everyone? So I want to do a little update on the RTX 4070. In the previous video, we went off the Moore's Law is Dead leak, talking about how it could potentially be $700. So it turns out they're actually lowering the price, or maybe Nvidia put that out as like some kind of little test to see how far they could push it. And as people are complaining more and more about these prices, and we don't know what AMD is actually like got up their sleeve right now, it seems like they have somewhat settled on the price of $599, which is actually a lot better. It's kind of a win. It's not like a major win, but I'd consider it somewhat of a win. The other thing I want to talk about, though, is the RTX 4050. This is kind of unbelievable. April Fool's is coming up, and I thought this might have been a joke, but the whole entire 6 gig of VRAM and the 96-bit bus is just absurd. Going all the way back to the GTX 1050, as you can see here, it has the 128-bit bus. Going to the 4050's predecessor, we have the same 128-bit bus and 8 gigs of memory. So going backwards to 6 gigs really is a negative here. So just a little while ago, Steve from Hardware Unboxed did a pretty big GPU benchmark run on The Last of Us Part 1, and he came to the conclusion that even at 1080p, the 8GB cards were all suffering 1% low issues and frame rate problems. That being said, the industry has been kind of strange lately. Pricing is all over the place, yes, but it seems like the sales of graphics cards have kind of gone down, and companies like Nvidia are actually in a point where they might have to listen to the consumer. We did get a slight win with the RTX 4080 16 gig and 12 gig. They did take that product back and change it, but it's not as hard as something like this 1060 here, where the product name is basically engraved into the actual shroud of the card. So all they really had to do was change the boxes on those and then just change the price a little bit. Maybe if they see enough people complaining about the memory size on the 4050, they'll actually change it. I'm not sure how the layout is. I know that with the 96-bit bus, they have to buy certain size memory modules, and that's just how it works. I doubt they will change the bus speed. It's just going to be 6 gigs or maybe 12 gigs, and that's what they've done in the past. Also, going back to the Moore's Law is Dead leak, he is a very trusted person in the leak or rumor community, and he's gotten a lot of stuff right over the years. So I actually found it pretty weird, putting the tinfoil hat on right now, that the $700 price range just randomly changed. It almost felt like Nvidia or the AIBs were putting out a feeler to see where people were at in the market and how much they would actually pay for something like an RTX 4070. And the 4070 is very important because this is the middle card, the stopgap. It's either you're on the lower end or the higher end. The 4070 is the balanced, most bang for the buck, typically, card in any generation. If you guys want to see my experience with The Last of Us on the RTX 4090, I will have that linked down below. It was a pretty smooth experience overall, but I also want to test this 1060 on that game. With all the talk of how the memory is causing issues with it, I figured let's go as far back as the 1060 because it's still a very popular card on the Steam hardware survey. So I plan to have that up this weekend at some point. So if you guys want to like and subscribe, stay tuned. I will have that up. And that's going to do it for this one. Nice short video. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace.